Hey, what is up guys? Indy here, or Indiora if you're into using full names, and as become a staple of the channel, we empty out my trash bin whenever I start recording. If you're asking what that file was, that was simply just, a little program I wrote to test out for this video, making sure everything was working and all that, and it was, so we're going to get right into this. We are going to sort that. Actually, I'll show you what I've been doing for school lately. So, just quick program right here. It's not complete at all. I do it with my teacher. I'm just going to restart it with 100% scaling. So you can see, basically my entire class is doing this currently. Now wait. So the buttons up here are in French, just letting you know. So I hit that, and you can move it right by hitting the right arrow. We haven't gotten farther than that. But yeah, and there it goes off screen. Okay, so we're just going to close that, close this, reopen Visual Studio, and we are going to make a new project right here. So, console app, we are going to name this Indy Calculator. Just going to go set this to my desktop, because that's where I keep these things. Select the folder, and there you go. So, always remember you can set your own name if you want. Doesn't bother me, I'm just here to teach. And right away, can't forget your information header. So, Indy calculator project. Now, keep in mind this is going to be a very simple calculator. We're just going to be using all of the knowledge we have acquired so far. Well, most of it. I don't think. Yeah, we're not going to be using booleans, but most of the knowledge that we have made, or that we've learned so far, it will be used in the making of this project. Then we have written in good old Visual Basic, written by Indy, written the 18th of May, 2021. We have our remark. This is a simple command line calculator that can handle multiplication, division, addition, and we're going to switch lines here. Division, addition, and subtraction. There we go. So, first up, our variable declaration. Forget to open up your submain right here. There we go. So, we are going to need 4 variables. First up, we need our first number, so we're just going to name that num1 as decimal. Now, decimals, if you looked at the documentation I had linked in the variable video, decimals can take, well, decimals, of course. And so that's what we're going to be using. Then we have our second number, also as a decimal. Then we have our result, also as a decimal. And then we will use our operator, and we're going to set this to a string. Now, you may be asking why it's a string. It's because we need to handle input from the keyboard, and these 4 symbols are not numbers, so they would be considered string characters, and that's why we're going to be setting that as a string. So, first up, we need to set our handler. So, sub calculate handler. Actually, you know what? We're going to name it cal handler for short. There we go. So now we have this function. And we're just going to set this. So if operator equals asterisk, then you have your result equals your first number times your second number. And then you have Console.WriteLine. Your result is, and open up with the string concatenation, and then result. Then we're going to come in with an else if. So here, if op is equal to division, then result equals your first number divided by your second number, and then write your result is, and then your result. So actually, before we do any of that, function to handle calculation of our program. Okay. And then we're going to have if our operator is the plus symbol, then we're just going to copy this to make it faster. Don't be scared to copy paste your code. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you set everything properly. And then you have your good old else result equals your first number minus your second number, and there you go. So that will be your calculation handler function. And so it is very simple. There's only 4 different functions you can use this for. Anyway, first up, changing of the window title. So your good old trusty console.title, and we are going to do Indy calculator by Indy. And then changing of the color. You don't need, foreground color. You don't need this, but personally I like it, so we just have our console.foreground color equals console color. We're going to set this to cyan. And then we are going to input for the first number. We're going to copy this for later. Do you know what? No, we'll keep this for now. So we are going to do Console.WriteLine. And here we want the user to input their number, right? So input your number, hit them with a colon, and then we're going to want to add a new line. Then you're going to have your operator as a read line, because read line takes input. And then we're going to copy this, come over here, take your second number, input your second number, then your operator is, no, not operator. This is your first number. This is your second number. And then input for desired operator. And right here we want console.WriteLine. And please input your desired operator. So we're just going to open that. We have times, division, addition, and subtraction. And then this is where your operator variable comes in. So the input will be operator's new value, usage of the calculation handler function. So we just have our calculation handler, and then you need a final Console.ReadLine just for it to show you. So, looking good so far. We're just going to hit start here. Just wait for it to load. And there we go. So, we're going to input our first number. We are going to go with 7. Input your second number, 7. And then put your desired operator. We're going to go with times. Your result's 49. So, that's where it is. And then, say, I'm going to show you guys why we use decimal here. So we have 9, and we have 12. And we're going to go with division. So 9 divided by 12 is 0.75 or 3/4. And that is why we use decimal here. You can even put decimals in your program. So say we have 2.5 and then 2. There you go, 5.0. So that's just a small taste of that. However, every time you calculate one thing, you have to close it. And then we're going to fix that. So we're just going to make a loop here. We're not going to add any exit conditions here. We're just going to leave that there. And then Console.ReadLine is going to stay there. So what we're going to put is Console.WriteLine. Tap enter to redo. Or actually, we're going to do tap enter to make another calculation. And then right here we have Console.ReadLine, just to put some input there. And then Console.Clear to clear the terminal. Actually, I think we're going to get rid of the new lines here. And then, before we do that, since we want to have... You know, we don't even need to reinitialize our variables because they will gain new properties right here. So, yeah. And we can just hit start. So, input my number. We want 7, 8. We're going to do times 56. Tap enter to make another calculation. Hit enter. Everything goes back to the way it was. We're going to do 4 times 5, 20. Tap enter. We're going to do 9 divided. Yes. Conversion from string. Okay. That's right. I forgot about that. You see, I'm gonna do something here that you should not do when writing your own programs. Is normally someone would not put a number, or not a number, a different thing. So what we're gonna do is we are going to actually move our operator right here. Make it less confusing for the person using the program. There we go. So, there we go. So, input your number. We're going to go with 7. Z operator times 7. there we go. Then that's going to keep people from making an error, so we can do, there we go. So that's 14, and there you go. So you have a tiny little rudimentary calculator right here. And yeah, so we used our loops, our variables, our functions, and then we threw input in the mix. So yeah, I hope you definitely learned something from this Indy's intro to coding Indy's intro to programming. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video after this series. I'm gonna have to think of something. Actually, no, I know exactly what we're going to be doing, and we are going to be working with GUIs in Visual Basic just to get a feel for GUIs, and then we're going to be moving on to other projects. So, once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, help feed the algorithm, help my content get to other people, so they can help, or so I can help them learn more about programming. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.